Breaking news now, and a shooting investigation is underway this morning in the 500 block of Sandridge Loop in Longs. That is where we find our Stephen Schlink. The shooting happened this morning just before 5 o'clock. Stephen, what do we know at this hour?
Hey, Eric, details are really limited right this second. We've been out here, as you said, on Sandridge Loop for about an hour or so now. Police do have us in an early part of that neighborhood, the residential area here, keeping us away from kind of where the scene actually unfolded at. I want to take you to some video right now, though, that we were able to get just a little bit earlier once we got here. What we know, I talked to a resident just a little bit ago who says he owns the home. You can see in that video behind me here. He says that it was actually his 65-year-old sister and a 7-year-old family member of his that were shot. He says that they were going to take a little girl home this morning when this all happened. And he says, really, what we know right now is very limited.
The girl they went to drop off home, she jumped back in the car after they were getting shot at. So they rushed up, came up to my house. And that's where they ended at. I don't know what else happened down around the curve. They say the house got shot up down the curve too.
And as we said, have continued to say, details are limited right now. We've reached out to Horry County Police multiple times, have yet to hear back from them as it stands right now. As for those involved in the shooting, we're told they were taken to an area hospital, but as of right this second, no word on injuries, how extensive they may be. But again, a really neighborhood shaken up. Spoke to other residents out here, some of whom say they're just here visiting. Everybody says they're just really shaken up right now. We'll, of course, continue to keep you updated with anything that we may learn during this hour of news, and then, of course, online and on our app. For now, though, live in Horry County, Stephen Schlink, WMBF News.
We continue to follow breaking news. A shooting investigation is underway this morning in the 500 block of Sandridge Loop in Longs. That is where we find our Stephen Schlink, who tells us more about the shooting that happened around 5 o'clock this morning. And Stephen, I know you've been talking to residents out there. What have they been saying?
Yeah, hey, Eric, setting the scene for you, the investigation seems to be centered around this house behind me. I'm going to step out of the way very briefly as we take you to some video that I got right when we got here about 6 o'clock this morning. Definitely the scene has calmed down just a little bit since we've gotten here, less police vehicles. You see, though, in that video, that car with the trunk open, that seems to be on this side of the neighborhood where that investigation is centered around. I spoke to the homeowner, the man who owns the house that car is sitting at. He says that earlier this morning, his 65-year-old sister and 4 others in the car were taking a little girl home on the other side of the neighborhood. That's when they heard gunshots and started driving back this way. He says that's the moment when they got shot. The shooting, he says, injured, again, his 65-year-old sister as well as another 7-year-old family member. He says he's lived here in this area his whole life and says that this really is an unnerving situation.
I hate the incident happened right here at my house. My mother, she's 86 years old and she's not doing well, but and I know that's taking the control on her, yeah.
And as far as those injuries go, we don't have many details on those right this second. Again, very active investigation still, so very few details offered at this time. We are told that both were taken to an area hospital. Again, no word as of this moment on their conditions. We've reached out to Horry County Police multiple times this morning, have not received a response from them yet. As soon as we get more details, we'll of course keep you updated through this last half hour of news, as well as online and on our app. For now, though, live in Horry County, Stephen Schlink, WMBF News.
Want to get an update now on the breaking news of the morning. A shooting investigation underway in the 500 block of Sandridge Loop in Longs. That is where we find our Stephen Schlink. And Stephen, I know that you've received an update from the Horry County PD. What are they saying?
Yeah, Eric, that's exactly right. We received that update just here in the last 20 minutes. Want to step out of the shot for just a second, set the scene. The investigation seems to be centered here on the house you see in the shot. Take you to some video from earlier. As we said, in just the last 20 minutes, Horry County Police is confirming that a shooting did occur here early this morning. 2 people were transported and injured to an area hospital. Again, still waiting on more details. The resident here says that those transported were his 65-year-old sister and another 7-year-old family member. We'll, of course, keep you updated online and on our WMBF News app as well, as when you join us for WMBF News at 6. For now, though, live in Horry County, Stephen Schlink, WMBF News.